What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And listen, if you thought the New England Patriots offseason could not get any more dramatic, any more explosive, or any more impossible to look away from, then today's video is going to make your head spin. Because right now, as of mid-May 2026, the Patriots are sitting at the center of what could genuinely be the most impactful wide receiver blockbuster in the entire NFL this year. And the latest reports coming out of league circles are sending shockwaves through the football world. Let's start with the headline that everybody is talking about, because the A.J. Brown situation has taken on a life of its own at this point, and the latest intel is more electric than ever. According to multiple league insiders and prediction markets tracking this deal in real time, A.J. Brown going to the New England Patriots is being given a staggering 90% probability of happening. 90%. That is not a rumor. That is not hopeful speculation. That is essentially a done deal waiting on a calendar date. The Philadelphia Eagles are fully prepared to move Brown after June 1st for salary cap relief. The Patriots have emerged as the undisputed frontrunner, and everything that has happened over the past several weeks has only made this trade feel more inevitable with every single day that passes. Think about the trail of evidence here, because it is overwhelming when you lay it all out in front of you. The Patriots went through the entire 2026 NFL draft and did not select one wide receiver. Not one. With 11 picks available and a clear need at pass catcher for Drake May, Mike Vrabel, and Elliott Wolf sat there and watched receiver after receiver come off the board and never flinched. Meanwhile, the Eagles traded up in the first round to grab Mekhi Lemon, the reigning Biletnikoff Award winner out of USC, giving up 3 picks to make sure they landed him. Both of those decisions scream the same message from 2 different directions. New England is keeping the spot warm. Philadelphia is already breaking in the replacement. The puzzle pieces were cut to fit each other, and the whole league can see exactly how this picture is going to look when it is finally put together. Now, ESPN insider Adam Schefter has been pounding the table on this trade for weeks, and his language has only grown more confident over time. He went on national television and said point-blank that he believes A.J. Brown knows exactly where his future is headed, that the deal is still fully on track, that a 2028 first-round draft pick will be the centerpiece of the compensation package, and that once June arrives, these 2 franchises will get together and finalize a trade that sends Brown to New England. He even noted that the controversy and noise surrounding head coach Mike Vrabel in recent weeks has not changed anything or deterred this trade from moving forward in any way. That level of confidence from the most connected insider in the sport is not something you hear every day, and every Patriots fan should be paying very close attention to it. The June 1st deadline is the only thing standing between this trade being a rumor and this trade being an official announcement. Here is why that date matters so much. A.J. Brown carries a fully guaranteed $29 million salary for the 2026 season. He is under contract with Philadelphia through 2029 with pay scales of $21 million in 2027, $32 million in 2028, and $31 million in 2029. If the Eagles move Brown before June 1st, they absorb a dead cap hit of approximately $43.5 million all in one brutal year. But if they wait until after June 1st, that same dead cap charge gets split across 2 seasons, $16.35 million this year and $27.15 million in 2027. That split saves the Eagles cap room they desperately need to keep building their roster around the rest of their Super Bowl window. For the Patriots, nothing about Brown's actual salary changes based on the timing. New England currently sits at $35.7 million in cap space with $31.5 million in effective space, which means they can absorb Brown's contract right now without making a single additional roster move. The finances work. The roster need is obvious. The only variable left is the clock. But here is where this story takes a genuinely fascinating twist, because A.J. Brown is not the only blockbuster wide receiver name being attached to the Patriots right now. Brian Thomas Jr. of the Jacksonville Jaguars has emerged as a serious alternative target that Elliott Wolf and the front office are reportedly keeping in serious consideration as a fallback option. And the more you learn about this kid, the more sense this makes as a trade target. Thomas is just 23 years old, which makes him 4 years younger than A.J. Brown and represents a completely different kind of investment. He exploded onto the scene as a rookie with an absolutely breathtaking debut season before a disappointing second-year campaign led to questions about his trajectory and his fit in Jacksonville's offensive system. But here's the thing about Brian Thomas Jr. The talent level is not in question. The elite speed, the route running ability, the size and physicality at his frame, none of that went anywhere. What Thomas needs more than anything else is a stable quarterback who can consistently get him the football in rhythm and bring out the best version of what he is capable of. And that description fits Drake May almost perfectly. A change of scenery to New England, paired with a young quarterback who is clearly a rising star, could be exactly the reset that unlocks what Thomas was always supposed to be. The price on Thomas would also be considerably more manageable than what it would take to land Brown, which gives New England real leverage and flexibility in how they approach this situation. And hovering in the background of all of this is a detail that Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated reported that needs to be discussed, because it adds a layer of complexity to the A.J. Brown picture that people are not talking about enough. Breer reported that talks between the Patriots and Eagles have at times come to a standstill, with Philadelphia remaining firm on an asking price of a first and a second-round pick, while also noting that the Bills, Chargers, and Chiefs are all on A.J. Brown's personal wish list of preferred destinations. That detail matters enormously. The moment Kansas City enters a bidding war for a receiver, the price gets complicated. The moment Buffalo starts making calls, the pressure on New England to overpay increases. And the moment Brown himself has a list of preferred teams that does not exclusively feature the Patriots, the assumption that this deal is automatic starts to carry a little more risk. This is still very much the most likely landing spot for Brown, but the competition is real, and the price negotiations are serious. What this all adds up to is a Patriots front office that is navigating one of the most important roster-building moments in this franchise's recent history, with real intelligence and real urgency at the same time. They know what Drake May needs. They know what this offense is missing. They know that the 2026 season, with one of the toughest schedules in the entire NFL, is going to expose every weakness if they do not get May a legitimate #1 target. The next few weeks before June 1 are going to be some of the most talked about, most analyzed, and most anticipated days of the entire NFL offseason. Every insider report, every team source, every piece of information that comes out of Philadelphia or Foxborough is going to matter, and this situation could move from pending to official in the blink of an eye the moment the calendar flips.